Hi, everyone. I'm Jill Davis. I'm a 7th and 8th grade English and reading teacher at Splendora Junior High. I am also our instructional technology coordinator for the campus. Have you ever closed a tab and realized later that you needed it? Or how do you close a tab? Have you ever wished you could see your screen just a little bit better? Or how do you show your students something different than what you were seeing? These and other keyboard shortcuts are our topic of the week for this week's Tech Tip Tuesday. So, whenever I'm working, I tend to type very quickly, and as such, my hands aren't always on the mouse or near the mouse, and it really annoys me when I have to move my hands to do very simple steps. So, I have learned a number of keyboard shortcuts that will allow me to not have to move. One of those is Control Tab, and when I hit Control Tab, it switches between the tabs that are open on my keyboard. If I go too far and want to step back a tab, I can hit Control Shift Tab and it will go in the reverse order. I can also hit Control W. This will allow me to close out of tabs so that I can clean up my window. But occasionally I have closed too many tabs and now I realize that I just closed a tab I wanted. This is when Control Shift T is very important because it will allow me to reopen a tab that I've closed. Even better, I can step back several steps and it will allow me to keep opening tabs. This is convenient because at the end of the school day, I need to close out of all of my windows in order to shut down my computer. But tomorrow morning when I come in, I would like to begin right where I ended. So when I come in the next day, I'm going to open up my Google Chrome or whatever your browser. It works in several different versions. It works in Chrome, works in Firefox, it works in Internet Explorer and Edge. So I go ahead and I have my window open, and now I'm going to hit Control Shift T and it will open a brand new window. It won't open a new tab. In this case, it opens a whole new window with all of those tabs open. So, of course, I'll need to go down to the old tab and close the first tab that was open or the first window that was open. But now I have all of the tabs that I was working with yesterday. If I am searching for lesson plans and I come up with a really great site that I know I'm going to want to come back to, Control D will allow me to add it as a bookmark, and then I can type a new name or I can tab down to get to where I want it saved and then tab and mark as done. You can also use this to edit existing bookmarks. Control Shift B will close or open my bookmark bar, and Control Shift O will open up all of my bookmarks so I can see everything that I have. Sometimes when I am on a web page, I realize I need to see more than what it's currently showing me, and so I want the font to be a little bit smaller, so I can Control minus and it will shrink the size. Control plus will increase the size, but a quick way to just jump back to my normal sizing is Control 0 and it returns me back to where I was in the beginning. The last tip I'm going to share with you today is when I am having my students do bell work and I need to say do attendance, but the bell work may be something that I want to project on the overhead, and so I want the kids to see something different than I do. The window icon on your keyboard and P will bring up a menu in Windows 8 on, so Windows 8 and 10, which is what most of the district is using. And I can show something, even with my overhead plugged in, I can show something on my computer. I can show something on my computer and my overhead. I can show something different on my overhead from my computer, and that's what the extended is. That's what I'm going to be showing you right now. Or I can just show something on my overhead and leave my computer blank. So for right now, I'm going to switch it to extended. And what that does is now what is being displayed on my overhead projector is different than what is being displayed on my computer screen. And so I grab the tab that I want to show my students, and I just simply drag it off to the right side of my computer. And now that is being projected on my overhead screen. And so what I am doing on my computer is no longer being seen by my students, such as when I do attendance. Now, to get that screen back over, I can pay attention to the overhead and try to click and drag it back, which is what I usually do in my classroom. Or I can hit the Windows key again and P and switch it from extended. I can either go back to duplicate, or in this case, I'm going to disconnect my projector. And now that window is going to pop up down on my computer. And so I can either close the screen or I can add it back and do whatever I want with it. All right, guys, I hope that those few tips and tricks will help you, and we'll see you soon.
Links and tutorials for Tech Tip Tuesday, such as keyboard shortcuts, can be found on the Digital Learning button on the SISD Teaching and Learning Hub. Just press the Canvas button on your ClassLink portal and open up your Teaching and Learning Hub. Then use the Digital and Online Learning button to find these tips and lots of other great tech tip tools. I hope this tech tip will make your life a little easier with these keyboard shortcuts. And meet us back here next week for Tech Tip Tuesday.